One band turned decadence into an art form. Another fused pop melody with metal grit years before it was cool. And one track, it featured a guitar solo so fast and filthy, it made stadiums erupt. Who were the glam gods before the glam gods? And which song wrote the first line of the genre's manifesto? Stick around. This is 10 songs from the 80s that gave birth to glam metal. Number 10, Round and Round by Ratt. This wasn't just a radio hit, it was glam metal's formal invitation to the mainstream. With Warren DeMartini's searing guitar riff and Stephen Pearcy's sleazy snarl, Round and Round wasn't subtle. It was strutting through your speakers in snakeskin boots. The song cracked the Billboard Hot 100 and helped Ratt's debut album Out of the Cellar go triple platinum. But it wasn't just about sales. This was the moment glam metal proved it could blend melody with menace and still make MTV melt. Even the music video was iconic, featuring Milton Berle in drag and heavy rotation on every rock station across America. If you ever needed proof that hair metal could be both absurd and arena-sized, Round and Round was it. But next up, we rewind a bit to the True Architects. The riff? Legendary. The image? Glitter-stained leather. And the legacy? Still echoing down the Sunset Strip. Number 9, Live Wire by Mötley Crüe. Before the eyeliner endorsements and platinum records, Mötley Crüe came out swinging with a raw, rebellious anthem that felt like a Molotov cocktail lobbed into the LA club scene. Live Wire, the standout from their 1981 debut Too Fast for Love, wasn't just a glam metal song, it was a warning shot. With lightning-speed riffs, Nikki Sixx's punk-influenced bass lines, and Tommy Lee's frenetic drumming, this track bottled the chaos of youth into 3 minutes of pure adrenaline. It wasn't polished, it wasn't pretty, but it was dangerous, and that made it irresistible. Their DIY attitude, pressing and distributing their own records, laid the foundation for glam metal's takeover of the 80s. The Crüe didn't follow trends. They started them. Live Wire set the tone. Wild lives, wild looks, and a sound that would light up stages and hotel rooms across the world. But coming up next, a band with roots in glam and punk that made you want to dance and throw punches at the same time. And they did it with a song that straddled sleaze and sophistication in perfect harmony. Number 8, Trash by New York Dolls. Long before LA glam became mainstream, the New York Dolls were parading around Manhattan in platform heels and lipstick, slamming out proto-metal riffs with punk sneer. Trash, from their 1973 self-titled debut, blurred all the lines. It was reckless. It was androgynous. It was unapologetically filthy. Produced by Todd Rundgren, the track didn't chart, but it carved a new identity for rockers who didn't fit the denim and leather mold. The Dolls weren't just ahead of their time, they were decades early. Trash mixed Rolling Stone swagger with glam chaos. David Johansen's barked vocals and Johnny Thunders' buzzsaw guitar made it clear. Attitude was just as important as ability. And though the Dolls never saw commercial success during their prime, their fingerprints are all over glam metal, from the teased hair to the chaotic stage presence. If you've ever seen a rock front man strut, pout, and shout like the world owed him something, thank the Dolls. But next, we're diving into the polished rebellion of a band that turned mascara and menace into chart domination and dropped a song so loaded with swagger, it became a glam metal anthem for every kid chasing freedom on 4 wheels. Number 7, Kickstart My Heart by Mötley Crüe. If glam metal ever had a nitro-fueled anthem, this was it. Kickstart My Heart wasn't just loud, it roared. From the first high-octane riff to the turbocharged chorus, it felt like a drag race on vinyl. Written by Nikki Sixx after he was revived from a heroin overdose, the song is literal in its title. And that near-death experience added a layer of danger that made it irresistible. Crüe weren't just rock stars. They were wild animals with aquanet and eyeliner. Released in 1989 on Dr. Feelgood, the track cemented Mötley Crüe's reputation as the band of excess. Tommy Lee's drumming punched like a jackhammer, and Mick Mars's guitar work shredded through any hint of subtlety. This was no subtle rebellion. It was fireworks, speed, and sin served with a wink and a snarl. And visually, Mötley Crüe defined the glam metal look: tight leather, teased hair, and enough stage pyro to light up Vegas. If Kickstart My Heart didn't make you want to floor the gas pedal and scream out the window, you might not have been alive in '89. But the next band on our list? They brought the sound and the social conscience, redefining glam with a power ballad that shattered expectations. Number 6, We're Not Gonna Take It, by Twisted Sister. Anthems don't come more defiant than this. We're Not Gonna Take It wasn't just a glam metal banger, it was a war cry for every kid who felt ignored, oppressed, or told to turn the volume down. Dee Snider's snarling vocals and the chant-along chorus made it irresistible. Released in 1984, the song became Twisted Sister's lightning-in-a-bottle moment. The video, featuring a cartoonish authoritarian dad getting blasted through walls, helped rocket it to cultural icon status on MTV. What made it revolutionary wasn't just the sound, it was the timing. America was deep into moral panic, and this track gave a voice to the rebellion brewing under the surface. It even landed Twisted Sister in a congressional hearing on explicit lyrics, where Snider famously destroyed expectations by delivering a composed, articulate defense of free speech. Beneath the makeup and mayhem was a serious message. Stand up, speak out, and don't let anyone define you. Glam had often been playful and flashy, but Twisted Sister reminded the world that it could also be powerful. And while this track climbed charts across the globe, the next band on our list took glam's wild attitude and infused it with blue-collar swagger, turning a stripper anthem into a rock radio mainstay. Number 5, Girls, Girls, Girls by Mötley Crüe.
Red lips, fingertips, trick or treat.
This wasn't just a song, it was a leather-clad snapshot of the Sunset Strip's wildest nights. Released in 1987, Girls, Girls, Girls is Mötley Crüe. At their most unapologetic, fusing sleaze, swagger, and stadium-sized riffs. You can practically smell the exhaust from their Harleys as the track kicks off, a revving engine signaling the beginning of a glam metal joyride through strip clubs and neon dreams. But here's the twist. Beneath the glitz and grit, Mötley Crüe captured the darker pulse of the glam scene. They didn't just party, they embodied the chaos. Their real-life antics, from arrests to overdoses, only amplified the mythos. And in doing so, they made Girls, Girls, Girls an anthem of excess. The song's driving riff, courtesy of Mick Mars, is deceptively tight. Tommy Lee's thunderous drumming and Nikki Sixx's bass line ground it in a gritty groove, while Vince Neil's vocals soar with just enough sleaze to sell the fantasy. It didn't just play in strip clubs, it defined them. And even those who hated glam metal couldn't deny its impact. The track hit top 20 on Billboard and became a signature of Mötley's identity. If glam metal had a nightlife anthem, this was it. But while Crüe flaunted the lifestyle, the next act on our list turned glam metal into something more cinematic. With a guitar solo that bent time itself. Number 4. November Rain by Guns N' Roses. Yes, it's technically not metal in the purest sense, but this was the moment glam metal dared to feel epic. November Rain, released in 1991, shattered the 3-minute radio song formula and gave the world a 9-minute rock opera soaked in orchestration, heartbreak, and guitar heroism. And Slash? He didn't just play a solo, he levitated through one. What made this track groundbreaking was its ambition. Guns N' Roses weren't content being streetwise bad boys anymore. This was glam metal with a symphony. Axl Rose poured his soul into the piano, letting the melody build like a thunderstorm over LA. Tragic, sprawling, and cinematic. The music video cost over $1 million and became a cultural moment, airing on MTV in heavy rotation. Weddings, funerals, breakups, November Rain became a soundtrack for life's biggest feelings. And even though some purists scoffed at its extravagance, the world watched in awe. It was proof that glam metal could evolve, could feel something deeper than desire and destruction. And just when you think it can't get any bigger, next up, a band whose lead singer wore makeup like a demon, spit blood, and turned glam into a full-blown theatrical revolution. Number 3, Rock and Roll All Night by Kiss. This wasn't just a song, it was a mission statement. Released in 1975, Rock and Roll All Night didn't just capture the energy of glam metal, it defined the lifestyle. You could smell the pyrotechnics in the chorus, feel the confetti in the outro, and taste the sweat of an arena packed with kids who wanted more. Kiss didn't just play music, they exploded onto the stage like costumed aliens with guitars. They weren't the best musicians, and they didn't need to be. They had identity. And this anthem? It was the gasoline that ignited every tour, every makeup kit, every teenager's rebellion. The chorus was primal and proud. I want to rock and roll all night and party every day. Simple, loud, addictive. This song turned concerts into rituals, turned fans into a Kiss army, and glam metal. It saw the blueprint and said, bigger, louder, wilder. But before Kiss ruled the stage, another band was already laying down the glittered pavement where electric riffs and satin pants collided under the spotlight. Number 2, Hot Love by T-Rex. Before the Hairspray and stadium tours, glam metal needed a swagger, and Mark Bolan brought it on a silver platform heel. Hot Love, released in 1971, isn't technically metal, but culturally, it's ground zero. Bolan strutted onto Top of the Pops in glitter, feather bows, and eyeliner, and changed rock forever. He blurred gender lines, made sexuality theatrical, and added a seductive swing to the stomp of rock music. This wasn't hard rock, it was hip rock. And every glam metal frontman, from Vince Neil to Bret Michaels, owes a little wink to Bolan's smirking confidence and glittered cheekbones.
She's faster than most, and she lives on the coast.
The song's groove was infectious, its chorus bold. And the image? Unforgettable. T-Rex made glam cool before it was loud. But what came next? That's when glam got serious, when distortion met decadence. And one band would take that glam spirit and crank it to 11. Number 1, Runnin' with the Devil by Van Halen. If glam metal needed a god, it found two, Eddie and David. Van Halen's debut in 1978 was a shockwave, and Runnin' with the Devil was its dark, polished, and seductive opening sermon. The intro? Just car horns and doom. The riff? Monolithic. And David Lee Roth's vocals? Part Broadway, Part bar fight. Eddie's guitar didn't just shred, it redefined what a guitar could do. He brought classical precision into the glam party. And Roth? He swaggered through the chaos in leather pants and a lion's mane. Glam metal wasn't just about glamour anymore. It had muscle, virtuosity, and arena-shaking power. This track became the blueprint for the entire next decade, from Mötley Crüe to Poison to Quiet Riot. And glam metal? It had officially arrived. Flamboyant, loud, unapologetic. And there you have it, 10 songs that didn't just shape glam metal, they gave birth to it. From Bolan's Glitter to Van Halen's Lightning, glam metal was forged in audacity and amplified emotion. Which track gave you chills? Which moment made you realize, oh, this is where the madness began? Let us know in the comments. And if you think glam metal was wild, wait till you hear how punk rock blew it all up in the 70s. Click the end screen now for our next video, 10 groundbreaking songs that gave birth to punk rock. It's a riot waiting to happen. And always remember, the louder the glam, the deeper the scream. See you on the next countdown.